There is a budget brawl happening on Capitol Hill today. House Republicans unveiled a budget alternative to President Obama's $3.6 trillion plan.
We are here today because, yes, we do have a plan. We have ideas, and we directly challenge the administration and Speaker Pelosi to work with us on behalf of all Americans.
Joining us live is Republican Congressman Mike Pence of Indiana, who was at that press conference. Congressman, good to see you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, Nora.
Did you put out this budget blueprint because the president's been calling you guys the party of no?
Well, to borrow a phrase, no. We've been working on our Republican road to recovery for some time. The document that we put out today brings together not only the broad outlines of the budget that will be offered on the floor next week, but also input from a number of Republican working groups on areas ranging from energy independence to health care reform, and we're proud of it. This is a part of a national conversation. Say that Republicans, we believe, have better solutions, better alternatives to the president's plan to increase spending and raise taxes on virtually every American.
Congressman, we did some research, and I did look through, this is my printout version of the proposal you put out that's online today. 19 pages long. The president's was 146 pages long. This is a little bit thin. Not many details in there. You do, of course, critique the president, saying his plan spends too much, taxes too much, and borrows too much. You're concerned about the deficit. But I couldn't find anywhere in this what you would project the deficit under your plan. What's the number?
Well, thanks for looking at the proposal. It's available nationwide now at GOP.gov, and we're in the process now of finishing out the details of the legislation that'll be offered early next week on the House floor in the budget debate.
I know you're.
We'll have those numbers for you, but what we have in this proposal, Nora, is
so
really...
So you don't have the numbers now about what your plan would be in terms of how it would cut the deficit or add to the deficit. You don't have any numbers on that.
Well, when the White House a few minutes ago on your air was attacking the numbers in this bill, the tax cut numbers, there's plenty of numbers in the Republican recovery plan, and we just really believe the president's plan to raise taxes by nearly $2 trillion on almost every American, his plan that will result in annual deficits of almost $1 trillion, he's going to double the national debt in 6 years, deserves a debate on Capitol Hill. It deserves a viable alternative. So Republicans have laid out this broad outline that is a beginning of that discussion. Our bill on the floor will be the follow-on in just a couple of days, Nora.
But, Congressman, in order to have a good debate, don't you need to be able to say that the president's plan over 10 years is going to add to the deficit, it's going to make it $9.3 trillion, and ours would only do this? I mean, you guys haven't even come up with that number, so how is your plan credible?
Well, I thought, through this morning we didn't have a plan. Now it may be progress that our plan is being attacked. I mean, what the American people are seeing today is that the Republican road to recovery, the broad outlines of our agenda to get this economy moving again is out there. Within a matter of a couple of days, we'll drop that bill on the floor, Nora, and we'll be able to compare and contrast our vision, which is lower taxes on working families, small businesses, it's fiscal restraint, a commitment to the principles of growth and reform of entitlements, and we'll have a real Donnybrook on the House floor. But this is the broad outline, and we wanted to produce something today that would be accessible to the American people. They'll begin to understand the Republican vision for getting this economy moving again.
Congressman, the DNC, I know you're not surprised, has already released a statement saying this, quote, after 27 days, the best House Republicans could come up with is a 19-page pamphlet that does not include a single real budget proposal or estimate. There are more numbers in my last sentence than there are in the entire House GOP budget. Did you essentially fall into the president's trap? I mean, he was calling you guys the party of no and that you wouldn't put forward an alternative. You put forward an alternative that has very few specifics in it and essentially put a big fat target out there for the Democrats to lob arrows at.
Well, look, I'm shocked the Democratic National Committee doesn't like our idea to cut taxes on working families, small businesses, and family farms. But it seemed to me that the White House spokesman you just had on about 20 minutes ago found a lot of numbers in our proposal. Page 12, again, it's all on GOP.gov. Page 12 includes our proposal for a simple and fair tax code. It gives specific rates. We're talking about, the kind of tax relief that has always and will always be the means of getting this economy jump-started during a time of recession. I understand the Democrat plan is to raise taxes on every American household in the form of a national energy tax, some $3,100 for every American household. I understand the president wants to raise marginal income rates on small business owners, but as the White House just criticized the Republican plan on this network about a half hour ago, there's plenty of numbers in this bill, and let the debate begin.
Congressman, your colleague, Congressman Eric Cantor, has been getting some flack because apparently he was at the Britney Spears concert the other night and not watching the president. Were you also at that concert?
No, I wasn't at the Britney Spears concert, but I was at a gathering of an awful lot of great and faithful supporters of the Republican Party who were gathered just down the street, and I too had to catch the president's press conference on replay.
All right. Well, Congressman, I didn't think you were a Britney Spears fan, but thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Norah.